When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Danny's here, and he has me laughing, and he doesn't even know, like...
Am I that guy who's funny and doesn't realize he's funny?
I think you might be. I'm not sure. It's just...
I've always thought I was funny.
No, you are funny.
But there's some people who proved me wrong.
What did I say to you?
You said, there have been moments on this podcast where you've been hilarious. Funnier than Kevin. You didn't say that part. I just went through that.
I know. So you can get me some.
No, I'm just joking. But it's true, though.
Danny was talking to said, have you had time to watch a movie lately? And
because your life has been just so organized chaos. Hasn't it?
Yes.
Like right now, you're getting a text message.
Yeah, I know.
As soon as we start the podcast, like automatic text. Dad.
So I'm sorry. It wasn't him. God,
Bill?
I was trying to fight that sneeze, and well, anyway.
You don't want to fight a sneeze because you could blow out brain cells. I've heard.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true. Do not.
Who'd you hear that from?
That's an old wives' tale.
It might
I
be
heard
true.
in like the 90s.
It might be true. I don't know.
Came from the 90s.
Danny said, have you seen a movie? And there was a movie I did want to see, and it was in theaters for a few minutes with Will Arnett, and it was Is This Thing On? And who's his wife in that? It was
Laura Dern.
Laura Dern. And Dan said, what did you think? And the movie's about a guy who just tries to do stand-up and is pretty successful at it.
Yeah.
Or pretty good at it. But
and he doesn't tell anybody he's doing it.
No. And he did. He and his wife were going through a tough time. It looked like a divorce.
They're separated, but they didn't cheat on each other. It was
no. He slept with somebody,
but after they split up, though, not like like most divorces. People think if there's cheating, they split up, and the cheating wasn't part of it. So the whole movie, you're thinking, okay, well, what happened?
Some sad. What happened was it just sounds like they just kind of grew apart with the kids, and and maybe there was somebody who was sort of catching her eye, and he's just sort of like this. You settle in sometimes. If you don't keep working, it's gonna.
Yeah, the kids become the focus instead of the marriage.
Well, the kids can.
Sometimes.
And
but like, I was looking for a definitive moment.
Yeah.
Because usually movies have like that point where like, oh, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
But there wasn't that.
No, there was not.
That was the whole point.
Right. So, but Will Arnett winds up doing stand-up. And Danny said, what did you think of it? And I said, I thought it was a cute movie. It had a story. It went through. I like stand-up comedy. And I think that this was this guy's therapy. It was all the shit he couldn't say in his marriage that he said on stage. And his wife, I don't know if she was aware that he was doing it.
No, not at all.
The ex-wife. And she shows up on a date at the Comedy Cellar in New York City, and they bring him on stage. And he starts talking about shit in their marriage. And it's funny because...
We won't tell you who the date was with, by the way. That's kind of a nice little Easter egg.
Oh, really? I mean, hang on. Oh, I forgot.
I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
That is. No, I got it. Mm-hmm. I got it. I totally meant.
Because I don't want to ruin the movie for people who haven't seen it.
It's cute. If you have...
It is a cute movie.
I mean, it's not something, but here's what I took from it is the truth is funny. And that's why comedy works. I'm trying to find my words there. I apologize for the pause because I'm going, the truth is funny. But if you could say those things and even make them funny in your marriage, would it have made things better? I don't know. I am in a situation now with my son and stuff where I'm in therapy like with him, right, and his mom, and we're just trying to work some things out. But it's him. He's the focus. it's called a family therapy, but family therapy would be like if you and Beth went to family therapy, the therapist has to have your back and her back pretty equal.
And the cats.
In this case, Jameson is the client of somebody else, and we just happen to be in the room. So their primary concern is him and his safety and his well-being and his mental health. So, but I did a whole thing in my group therapy class where I compared it to boxing, and I brought in the mitts. And
we talked about it.
But there's a line in there that I wrote that just sticks with me. And the line is, after you box, even if you spar, and I have recently, and I was all bruised up pretty bad.
Oh.
I know. No, I got hit on this side of the arm, and the bruise showed up here, Danny. It was huge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was huge.
Sometimes if you hit a nerve right.
It healed up. It's like gone. But the thing was, you can just see the remnants over
I could see. Yeah, it looks like a ringworm.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
So, but I think my thing was in there, it's the punch you didn't throw. It's the thing you didn't say.
Right.
So if I have the opportunity, I feel like I need to say it. The problem with me is sometimes it comes out like a cannonball, and you can probably find a better way to say it.
Yeah.
That's just been me my whole life. And I think with this, it's too bad that you couldn't have somebody, like you could almost write. This would be a great experiment for somebody. Like in a family, in a couples counseling, say you're couples counseling, have them each write a stand-up routine about the other. As funny. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Make it as funny as you want, but it's all the truth. It's all the shit that annoys you. It's all the shit you wish she would do. It's all the stuff you wish he would do. It's all the things you wish she would say, or emotions, or whatever.
Bro, couples comedy.
Yeah, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, I really think, honestly, that just now, somebody's going to, it could be $1 million idea.
Timestamp this.
But right.
Alex, put it in the envelope and mail it to us.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, I really think that would be, and based on that movie, just by accident or her going in on the date and sitting down and seeing him, that it just hits you and at first, because what happens when anybody says anything to you? You get defensive.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Automatically, you want to defend yourself. And one of the hardest things to do is to just let go. You got to let go. Okay, let go. But easier said than done.
Right.
And, I've always I guess most of my life, and even now, I think it annoyed my wife at the time. I think it annoys my now ex-partner. I had phrases and buzzwords, I would say. I'm not burning calories on that. I'm not going around the block again. I'm not doing this.
We're going to be a systems family.
And now,
remember that one? That's his new thing now. Systems. We're going to run systems.
Well, everything was a fucking mess.
I know.
So what I say now is, like, I'm not going to litigate the past. What I mean by that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What would you, if someone says to you, Dan, I'm not litigating the past, what does that mean?
It means like, oh, you think I'm litigating the past? You think I'm revisiting everything? You think, how about you? And then we all get defensive.
Okay.
And we start spewing stuff. It catches people like flat-footed. So now you don't want to appear to be the person or the characteristic that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So now you overcompensate and verbally spit up on the next person.
Right.
Or the other person.
So what I really mean by that is, because you're right. I think that's how people hear it.
Yeah, it's the Mark McGuire defense.
And I was not thinking that at all.
Well, how would you?
I was thinking that, and by the way, it didn't come to the way you just laid it out, but I could see where it would. It did not. I just want to make that clear. It did not. But I think the thing was, I don't like when you say that. And I said, what I mean by that is, I'm not going to say that your version or anyone's version of the past is wrong. That's your perception. That's what your memory is. That's it. I'm going to let it just lay there. So I don't say anything. I don't react at all, which I'm not sure is good. And I've been thinking about this more. And you tell me, just as a guy talking, I guess, a couple of guys sitting around just
drinking
shooting
liquid
the
death.
shit.
Just water.
I'm starting to think you don't need to litigate the past, but you may need to clarify it. Because I remember a time when I was like really annoyed for some reason with my dad. And then I found out that when I did the Entombed in Concrete, that the radio station didn't have security all night.
Such a radio move or non-move.
Well, I don't know if they thought they had it and they did. Whatever happened. There was nobody there. And I only had one pipe coming out of this Entombed in Concrete that gave me air. And my father noticed this, and my father noticed there was no anything. They were going to go home, but my mom came to see me get entombed, and she was so upset that she went back and she told my father. So they stayed, and he went up, and he stayed overnight, stayed up all night. I think my brother might have been there too, or my brother drove up from Cornell, and they up all night and just made sure that no one. He was afraid someone was going to block the air hole. Never said a word to me. About when I got out in the morning, right? It was I think 2 days later, and both nights he was there, and I didn't know it. Like I had no idea
that your father was there for you.
Yeah, I no, he never said anything, and I don't know. And when I did find out, I'm like, oh my God, it softened everything, and that's where I think maybe sometimes if you can go back and go, well. That's not how I remember it. I'm not saying you're wrong and that's what you felt, but here's the shit. I don't know. It was just a thing. I don't know. Here's a feeling I've had. I do like the couples therapy idea though. Couples comedy. I ordered some fucking food tonight and I went and picked it up. Let me rephrase that because somebody said I swear too much. I went to pick up my food and I get back here. And I had ordered I went to Chipotle, so it was just down the road. Ordered it online, could just do their drive-thru. Got their double protein, low calorie bowl.
Huh, okay.
Or maybe it's high protein, low calorie.
Yeah, high protein, low calorie.
Yeah, because they do have a double protein bowl.
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting that. I didn't. And then I thought, since I'm going low calorie, I can get chips and guac.
Yeah.
Love the guac.
Yeah, you got to make up for it.
I get back here. There's chips.
No guac.
I was not happy. And here's the thing. I could. It's not far. I could hit it with a football from here. But I'm like, I can't. I'm not going back down there.
No. It's not your job to go back there. It's their job to get it right the first time. Especially when you order to go or you order in general.
Yeah.
There's now tip.
Yeah.
And they could see how much you're tipping or if you tip. And if you don't tip, you may be subject to, I don't know, some malfeasance on the other end of the kitchen.
But hang on a second. Like most of the time, I don't tip my McDonald's people.
Right.
They're doing basically the same thing. So I think I did tip here, but all they're doing is handing me the food through the window.
Like I tipped, it's called tip fatigue. I am just like, only wait staff should be tipped. Baristas, no. Okay? No. You get paid a full wage to do what you do. That's your lot. You chose that job. So that's what you do. That's what you're supposed to do. When you wait tables, you get taxed differently. So you get paid differently.
Yeah.
So you don't get like the full minimum wage. You get like a fraction of it, and your money is based on tips. Like I remember when I worked as a waiter, my paychecks would sometimes be $5 to $10 after they took everything out because you're not getting. At that time, it was like $2.90 an hour when you waited tables. You made your money on tips. That was the idea. Now what they've done is you got either minimum wage, which in New York State is a nice chunk of change. All right, it's not $4.25 like when you and I were growing up. It's now like $15 to $20.
$4.25.
Yeah,
I think my minimum wage. I gotta check.
In 1994 it was $4.25. I know that. Then it got bumped to $4.75. Then eventually $5.25 or $5.15
in the 90s.
In the 90s, yes. Now and then Cuomo came in and said, "No, it's going to be $15
or $10." I got.
Well, maybe, but the point is, though, I got less. But the point is, though,
well, restaurants notoriously paid less because it was a tip thing.
Well, yeah, that's for, but like if it was less if you were a waiter or waitress, it was like $2.90.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you got people who are just behind the counter doing what they're supposed to do, like they would at Burger King, like they would at McDonald's, like they would at Tim Hortons, like they would at Dunkin', except You got people at Chipotle and all these other places. Like there was a place that I went to. I'm not going to say the name of the place, but I went to order like the equivalent of a garbage plate, and I always ask for it with cheese, and I tipped the dude. It came out to $23 for a plate and a bottle of water. I remember when these things were $6.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I didn't get my cheese with it, which makes the whole plate. I'm like, why am I tipping? You can't get this right. And by the way, more often than not, they get it wrong, and they want a tip.
This is a fair thing. You know what I think? I think you do a set about it. Because Danny did say that the movie was inspiring him to do comedy. And I started laughing. He goes, oh, yeah, Dan can't be funny. And I go, no, you're funny. I think you could do it. I think you absolutely could do it.
Bro, I would laugh at you.
Do you want to do you want to do it?
I was thinking about it, yeah.
What do you mean thinking about it?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, look, I got a few ideas. Like I told you about a year or two ago when we, before the Greg Connors roast, but we did an event at Iron Smoke. We did a comedy show, and I asked you about doing a joke about cancer. And right, and you were like, and I ran it by you. Were like, yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. Okay, I'm like, all right, fine. But
I run that joke about 10 other people I've tested it on. No, I have not.
Yeah.
I'm
and
kidding.
so, like, I've been talking, in my church and whatnot. I go, you know what? Everything's so serious in Christianity. It could be lighthearted, but like, there's no Christian comics, or there are a few that are on Instagram. I go, I have a few ideas. One about like how I'm glad, being Italian, that the apostles and Jesus weren't Italian, right? I think I could get 10 minutes out of that.
All right, well.
And I mean, but I don't know if that would be appealing to an audience that would show up at a place like comedy at the Carlson, because they don't want to hear about Jesus. They want to hear about.
Hang on.
Other
Sam
stuff.
Kennison had one of my favorite jokes.
Oh, about the 3 days.
Yeah. He's like, you know why Jesus never got married? He goes, could you imagine coming home and she goes, where the hell have you been? Oh, you wouldn't believe what happened to me. Yeah, really? What? You run around with those 12 losers who follow you around everywhere? You know what I mean? And it was so well done and so funny. And Bill Hicks had one. He had a great joke about stop wearing the crucifix, because why would Jesus come back when you're wearing the
I actually heard a pastor use that in a service going, if Jesus was crucified or like was killed in an electric chair, will we be walking around with little electric chairs around our neck? And I don't think he heard it from Bill Hicks. I think he thought of this himself, but the joke is 30 years old.
Hang on. Because there's so many things I want to get to tonight. I'm going to say that since you just brought that. There's many similar lines of thought.
Yes.
And there's many things that people see or do or maybe unconsciously, subconsciously absorb that comes out. Could he have heard Bill Hicks? Sure. Maybe. Probably not, is my thing.
Right.
And is that a common thing to say? I mean, it's not a hard connect to make, right? You're wearing around your neck what Jesus was nailed to and killed. Can't wait to come back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's not okay. So like right now, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but Mel Robbins made a lot of money off the let them theory, and she claimed she's a podcaster. She's motivational. I find Mel to be interesting to me. I mean, I don't listen. I've listened. It's well done. She's intelligent. She's a former lawyer, and she's a lady that fucking did it all on her own. I mean, really did. She was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and got completely out of it. And I think she and her husband tried to start a TV studio or something in Boston, and it just went right in the shitter. And this woman has done it. And then she gives good advice, but she now somebody's saying that they started the let them theory. And this is a woman whose husband was killed in combat or while in the armed services. And she put a poem out called Let Them. And the let them theory is see, the let them theory is one of these things that now has come to sort of bother me, because it's people like my mom will go, well, just let them. I mean, you just have to let them. Well, why wouldn't you fucking let them anyway? Right? But her point was there's my swearing again. Her point was her son was going to go to a taco stand for dinner before the prom. And she's like, oh, no, I'll make reservations. You got to go somewhere nice. You got to take. And then it's like starting, why would you go to a taco stand? I think it's going to rain, blah, blah, blah. And her daughter came to her and goes, Mom, let them. That's right. And so that the let them theory is let them. So if it, I guess you're supposed to apply it to things like, I didn't get invited to so-and-so's party. Let them have the party. I won't even think about it.
I had a buddy's intervention that I didn't get invited to. I'm still upset about that. Let him. Hey, he's sober now, 10 years.
See, it worked without
you. Yeah.
I
had my own problems.
Could you imagine if you were there and it didn't work out? What timeline would that be? But so this lady's saying that she shared a poem on Facebook that basically said this, and that she should get some residuals or something, or basically that Mel stole it.
What did you take? But where did you take it? You know what I'm saying? Like Mel Robbins took it somewhere. Okay. Where did you take it?
Okay, so that is exactly what I was going to say, because
like Zuckerberg took Facebook, stole it from the Winklevoss twins, but he took it to a level that they would have never have done.
I don't think so. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But his theory was what? Like if I invent a different kind of chair, you know, did I steal a chair idea? No, I just made a different chair.
So same thing, like the let them, and maybe people are saying, well, she's stolen a bunch of shit, whatever. Dennis Leary, comic out of Boston, ironically, rumored to have ripped off a lot of his act from Bill Hicks. Well, maybe I guess they had some similar stuff. I don't really remember, but the whole thing was like, hey, he did it better, or he pushed it harder.
Well, I remember when he was doing the vignettes on MTV in black and white and the leather jacket with a cigarette.
Yeah.
And those were kind of funny.
Yeah.
But like he like Bill Hicks wasn't reaching the MTV audience.
No, he was right, but
he wasn't targeting them. Let's put it that way.
Well, Hicks was like, he was like an angry professor in a college.
Yeah.
But my point being, again, a different vehicle, right? Robin Williams, so many guys will say you ripped them off. A different vehicle. I don't know. Mel Robbins, maybe, but you're right. She took it to a place that this lady had it longer and did nothing with it.
Yeah.
If that's the case, other than get a script tattoo on the forearm that says "Let them."
Right.
Let them. I would go. Let them what? Do I get to?
Or should we go all the way back to what's her name, Marie Antoinette? Let them eat cake.
Yes.
Wow, it's her idea.
Yeah, I don't know, but
man, that's something that my father and mother used to say for you. Hell, let them. The hell with them people.
Yeah, right. Let them. Right, and that's
who cares
well,
what they think.
That's why I don't think she can market any specific "let them" merchandise because it's a phrase that's in the public domain, and I think I think you can't take something that common and just do it. Like happy birthday seems to.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I got that. But I think it's now in the public domain.
Yes, it is.
But it wasn't for many.
Yeah, that's why every restaurant had to come up with some annoying happy birthday song. Seriously, because ASCAP could walk in and say, "We need royalties for your happy birthday song."
Yep. That is you're very true.
The more you know.
So I just think, like, to your point of the pastor, I think there's just, it's not that outrageous to think that somebody else could think of this. And
I don't think he stole it.
And let them is not that outrageous.
Because I think he would have attributed.
Of course. That's what I mean. All right, we'll take a moment. There's a bunch of things I was going to talk about tonight. I'm going to triage some stuff, but I think I may go here. I need to address something that happened on the last podcast where someone wrote me. No, this will be great with you.
Okay.
You'll be, I think, firmly in my camp.
Okay.
On this.
So you had the triple threat match on the last podcast. It was Kevin, Laura, and Mark.
Yes. But this was a listener who's taking
they're responding to something that happened with the four of you.
Yes. Something I said. Yes. We'll get to that right after this. You never think you're going to need a personal injury attorney until you do. It's not something you plan for. 1 minute you're just living your life. Next thing you know, you're dealing with an accident, an injury, missed work, and a whole lot of stress you didn't ask for. And here's the truth. Insurance companies, they've got a plan. They know exactly what they're doing. The question is, do you? That's why if it's me, I'm calling Connors and Ferris. They know the system, they know how to fight, and more importantly, they know how to take care of people when things get messy. You're not just a case file to them. They walk you through it step by step and make sure you're not getting pushed around when you're already down. So if life throws you one of those moments, don't try to figure it out alone. Call Connors and Ferris or visit connorsandferris.com with offices in New York City, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo. Because when it matters most, you want someone in your corner who actually knows how to win. Connors and Ferris. We get a couple complaints. I think I'm going to do a Bill-O-Fi bite-sized version about addressing one text that has come into 585-206-8866. On the last podcast, Eddie, it came up about self-awareness. Okay? People being self-aware. And I talked about how much it bothers me when I see people either diagnose themselves online, like, oh, it's my whatever, okay? Or I get the, I'm drawing boundaries, okay? That bothers me. And it's not that you're drawing boundaries that bothers me.
It's that you're announcing your boundaries.
Why, you narcissistic?
Oh, dude, Facebook is loaded
and
with
I wanted to say a swear after
Instagram is loaded with that. Social media is loaded with that. Yes. I am hereby announcing today that I am cutting people off. That was the big one when Facebook first started. If you are reading this post, it's because you made my cut list. Don't piss me off.
Okay. Right.
After what was it? The 2016 election. I am announcing that I'm leaving Facebook. I just can't deal with the stress that you people are putting on this social media. Okay. We have the luxury to whine and cry and bitch.
So
complain.
The person wrote, "You think you can be a therapist, but this is how you really think." And I thought, yeah, that is exactly how I think. Because honestly, and it's probably why I should be one, it's not therapy. It's the freaking announcement. That's not growth. That's not somebody growing. That's not people working on themselves. That's people saying shit to you. It's the announcement. And that is the thing that I just find really bad. And I always think, why does it have to be posted? Healing doesn't need a press release, does it?
No, it's just narcissism is what it is. It's attention.
You're right.
We are like when we hear the word, there's two terms that have come out in the last several years that really bother me.
What's that?
The attention economy.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Instagram is loaded with that. YouTube is loaded with that. Okay.
Well, this is that.
But you did radio for 30 some odd years first, okay?
Yeah, no, I did.
So did I. It's like we were paid. People actually paid us and gave us a living to do this.
They still are.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the other one is main character syndrome.
Oh,
and this is leaking into news and sports media, and it drives me crazy. I actually wrote a little bit about it. It's coming out in the Times of Wayne County this week. Quick plug. But, yeah, it drives me. It's just the textbook narcissism. And the thing is, I don't want to say everybody does it because Marcellus Wiley said everybody is not everybody, but you see enough of it to think that everybody does it. It drives you crazy.
It's branded growth.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. My growth brought to you by me.
Somewhere along the way I look at it is we've taken therapeutic language, right? And we've turned it into armor. Do you know, I mean, we really have, in a way.
I'm living my truth.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, you're still a douchebag.
Well, I don't want to say
my truth is you're a douchebag.
Maybe I shouldn't say armor. You're
weaponizing it though.
Well, I'll make it smaller. I'll say it's more of a.
And I gotta stop yelling.
It's a shield.
Yes.
Right. It's a shield. So let me say
this is my trigger warning.
Okay. I'm going to give you the phrase.
I love this.
And you have to tell me what they really mean.
Okay.
That's triggering for me.
You're a pussy. In other words, it brings me back to a place that I don't like and haven't really healed from. So it's triggering for me when you talk about.
But it could be. But if you were in like a therapeutic situation, Like if you and Beth were sitting there and you do say something that triggers her. Well, I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying let's role play here. In that setting, that's an appropriate conversation to have. To start announcing it and wearing it as a shield, so to speak. I do find that odd.
It's victimhood. It's like waving the flag of victimhood culture. Hey, I'm a victim.
Right.
So you can't talk about this and you can't disagree with me.
Okay.
And now words are violence.
Right, well,
and if you say something, I could punch you.
Hang on.
And they changed the rules.
I wrote that's triggering for me. I wrote anything I don't like.
Oh, yeah.
Anything I don't like. But I like the way you said it.
Boston Red Sox. That triggers me.
That's toxic. That's toxic.
Oh, that could be anything.
Well, what would it be?
Toxic. Okay. Any negative language.
Narrow it down. You said this phrase just a few minutes ago.
I did?
Yeah.
Darn it. I got to go back in my archives.
You disagreed with me.
Oh.
Right? I mean, a lot of times, if I'm seeing it on social media, right, you're a toxic person. You don't agree with
You don't agree with them.
Right.
You don't agree with my line of
Right.
thinking.
How about I need space?
I don't want to talk to you.
I don't want to deal with this. Right? Yeah. I'm healing.
Leave me alone, but don't. Really check on me.
Okay.
Seriously.
All right. That's a really good insight because I wrote from the consequences I created.
Hey, are you okay? Do you need anything? Give me your car.
I'm working on myself.
Yeah, great. We know a guy.
What would you think I'm working on myself?
I'm working on myself. In other words, I don't like my place in life right now, and I'm trying to do my best to be the best version of myself. So please give me my space, but don't really check on me and like check and see how I'm doing. Hey, aren't I growing? Have you noticed how much I'm growing? I'm saying a lot, Billy. Maybe you could condense it for me.
I'm just saying I'm working on myself. I almost go, I listened to one podcast and now I diagnosed my ex. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of where it's at.
I'm living my truth.
I don't hate any. I don't.
As a shark.
I don't have a problem with any of this stuff in the right context. I just find it odd and after a while annoying. So I think that actually maybe that's a good therapeutic thing to say to somebody in a setting. Like we don't need to announce everything.
Yeah, in a setting, in a proper setting. No.
But what I'm saying is we don't need to announce everything on social media.
No, of course not. No, we shouldn't.
Yourself. Yeah, because we took all those tools that are meant for growth, right? I'm healing. I need space, boundaries, all that stuff. And you said it. We've weaponized them for deflection.
Yes.
It's a way not to have to deal with stuff. You just deflect it, deflect. And I just think that that's interesting. And
nobody ever makes mistakes anymore. It's a disorder. It's not really me. And if it is me, that was my past. That's not me anymore. And I'm working on that. And it's like, okay, great. Shh. If you have to keep telling people who you are, you'll always be telling them you're a liar.
Well, exactly. Because here's the thing. Boundaries, they're real. Sometimes you have to draw them. Do you need to announce them? Probably not. Healing can be very real. Attachment styles they're absolutely real. I can see with people. But real work is quiet. There's nobody applauding you. And by the way, if you're really doing real work, if you're really going to do real work, and I can say this as someone who was in therapy for a long time, number of years I've been going, and at the suggestion of my oldest son's pediatrician when he was diagnosed with Asperger's, he said, you're going to want to be the best version of yourself. I suggest, have you ever done talk therapy? I'm like, what? You mean my dad who wouldn't talk to anybody? No. So I started going.
I've done Guinness therapy.
And I've been on and off. For a number of years with it. And that's great, right? But I don't know that you really heal unless you actually get into the uncomfortable shit. And I can tell you that real work is really, really uncomfortable. Like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, no. It's like, it's...
Pick your pain.
Well... It's one of these things where everybody has something that probably happened when they were a kid, right? Somebody does something that brings you back to that time. And there's all kinds of attachment theories. You can see somebody who just didn't get enough attention as a child, who is like calling and texting and it's just too clingy in certain situations. It's almost like uncomfortable. And yet some people go, oh, this is fucking awesome. She's so in love with me, or he's so in love with me. That's an attachment disorder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you can't just sit with your fucking self and be alone, that's there's something wrong.
Yeah.
You know, so all I would say is the uncomfortable stuff. And I had there's this one class that really made me uncomfortable, and I didn't think it would. It was the diversity class, but it was more uncomfortable because I had to really dig into who am I and what are the things that and then you start to see, oh, this thing that that happened to me, I've carried forward all this time, and it's made me do things I don't like to do. And you got to sit there and go, fuck, and then try to work through, wow, and it's uncomfortable and almost exhausting. I would say it's not almost exhausting. It is exhausting. And most of it, nobody's standing there going, way to go.
No.
Hey, you set a boundary, buddy. You're so good. Look at you big boy.
Right. Like, if you're doing things to get people to notice that you're doing things, then you're doing things with the wrong motivation or reason.
Right.
I'll tell you what. There's nothing more refreshing than when you do something and you go away for a while and you actually do the work. You don't tell anybody about it, and then you emerge at some point and run across somebody from your past or somebody you haven't seen in a while. Like, man, you sound great. Man, you look great. Man, I'm glad things are going well for you.
Yeah.
That's all you need. I mean, you don't even need it, but it's cool that, like, hey, like, you were out of sight, out of mind for a while,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, man, people notice the change. They notice a different you.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. You don't need to keep updating everybody on your quote unquote progress. So today I ran a mile, and
Well,
yeah,
I think
pretty good.
I think sometimes what you're
yeah, look at the sweat beads on me.
but you know what? Well, no, I've done that.
Yeah, to promote the podcast.
Well, I know, but still, I didn't have to do it then. I did
and then we're going to talk about it on the podcast.
Right.
It's a tease. It's a preview.
I know.
It's not just like, hey, I'm at the Red Wing store shopping today. Great.
Well, to me, that stuff isn't growth. It's dressed up anxiety. It's like, you know what I mean? It's one of these things where I feel like I'm going to be left behind. If you're the constant posting by anybody for any reason, constant posting. What are you making a face for?
Oh, I'm with you.
The constant explaining of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always needing to, and the constant need for validation, which, I can get it, but you just said it.
Mm-hmm.
If you see somebody and just say it, that's all they need. That's not always empowerment. That's the uncomfortable. I think that's the fear of being left, and when you're trying to get ahead,
Mm-hmm.
and you're afraid of it. You're afraid of that you're going to be left. And I think real self-awareness, not the curated kind you see on Instagram, like the real stuff, is kind of a hit to yourself.
Yes.
That's my pattern. Oh, I do that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, damn, I've been blaming everybody else. The problem's me.
Right.
That's what it really is. So when I laugh at the shit online, it's because I go, boy, that you're saying more about yourself, I think, than you even realize. And I think most people are polite enough, because it's adults that I'm seeing, to not say anything to you. Well, we'll probably say something behind your back.
I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that maybe not your generation so much, but I'm sure there's people that do this in Gen X. My generation, the Toys R Us / MTV generation, was always taught, I don't want to grow up.
Yes.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Right.
And we had that ingrained into our brains that now the world caters to us. We were the first generation to be put in front of a television and watch cartoons on Saturday. And eventually it became too. Okay, I said Gen X earlier.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Right. But the point is, though, is that there was more and more of it as we got older. Right. All of a sudden, now it wasn't just Saturday morning cartoons, then it was the afternoon cartoons after school. Then it became cable television. Then it became primetime. Then it became the internet. Then it became, social media. Then we had this thing called an iPhone and then a tablet. And now you can't go anywhere without it. So, hey, who's the main character now?
Right.
I am.
Right. And by the way, I think
this nostalgia for the past.
What did they always tell you in school? Take care of number one. Mind your business. Take care of number one.
Mm-hmm.
That being yourself.
Mind your beeswax.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with you being the main character. I just don't know that you need to. I don't know.
We're all the main characters of our own lives,
right?
But you don't have to make yourself the main character in somebody else's life.
Well, here's the thing too: you don't wake up delusional. It starts small. Mm-hmm. It's just like nobody joins a cult on the first day. But slowly they get into it. They just lure you in. It's little blind spots. Yeah. You get those little blind spots.
Diving through tables at a Bills game.
It's your little justifications. You know what I mean? It's all that stuff. You know what self-awareness does? Gets rid of all your fucking justifications. Oh, God, it did it again. All your justifications.
You're getting better, though. You're catching it.
And over time, you become a version of yourself that always makes sense to you. That's it.
Well, the rest of us are like,
yeah.
Well, you and I know a guy. We've talked about this on the podcast.
Oh, God, I can't wait.
You and I know a guy who announced on Facebook about 10 years ago that he was a quote-unquote alcoholic.
Oh, God.
And
why are you bringing this?
No, but the point is that, like, so all these people, like, now you have to, like, say, like the post and say, hey, we're pulling for you, man. And it's great that you're so strong that you announced this. And when he gave the characteristics, like, bro, you're not an alcoholic. You're an attention whore. You're not an alcoholic.
Well,
I mean, if you don't want to drink anymore, good for you. Why do you have to call a press conference to do it?
That's right.
Right.
You and I are on the same page on this. Mm-hmm. The listener was upset saying I shouldn't say that as a therapist. I'm not telling you any one of the things from healing to boundaries to taking some time for yourself, all that stuff is super important and probably should be explored with someone who can help you explore it or guide you through it in a trained way. You say, you really should do it with somebody trained. But I'm saying on social media, when I see it, it comes off like you're saying. I can give you an even better, almost like the greatest example that I had with somebody, and I don't know whether I should say this person's name. The only reason I wouldn't say it is they already have declared that they don't like me, and I don't want to come out as though I would be
lashing out or responding to that.
Yes, right. But this is many years ago. Something happened, and I wound up making fun of somebody while we were doing the podcast live from somewhere, and somebody heard it. Okay, so this person, I'll give you some names, but not all names. It was a radio thing, and it is somebody who was well-known on the radio.
Yes.
Okay, so Tommy Muley and I walk into a party, a bar, but it's at a party, and we're standing at the door deciding whether to go towards the tables or towards the bar, just assessing the situation.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, glides up this guy, and he says to Tommy, "I'm not talking to you," and turns on his heels and leaves. We look at each other and go,
okay,
lucky us.
Let them.
Well,
let him.
We thought we didn't. There was no let him.
Yeah.
We're just like,
but you're thinking it.
Well, I think we both were like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Dan, not 45 minutes later, comes floating by.
You got to check back in.
Don't you want to know why I'm not talking to you? And guess who fucking lost it right in their face?
Oh, you did.
I did. Because I'm going, do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? Have you ever had an argument, like you're mid-argument, and you go, oh my God.
I'm losing it.
I really sound insane.
Yeah.
But you keep going.
Yes.
Because you're not giving up.
Nope.
You're going to stay right on
there. I can't lose this argument that means nothing a year from now, let alone 5 minutes.
And so my question is, like, for the people who I would call this self-awareness or fake self-awareness or something, but because real self-awareness, you're getting rid of your excuses for shit, right?
Yes.
Your easy blame.
You own it. You own it.
Yeah.
You own everything.
All your clean narratives, gone.
Yep. I own
gone.
it.
Yes. You know, and you're I'm the good guy storyline, it kind of washes away. You know, when all of a sudden, like, that person who said to Tommy, I'm not talking to you, and then comes back, maybe it was even closer to maybe 20 minutes. Don't you want to know why? And I fucking lost it, because if he did, he would have asked. The bigger thing would have been, honestly, if you're really upset with somebody to that end and you think that they're going to trigger you, okay, and you stay away from them completely at a party, or if they join a circle, you know, like a conversation, you happen to be in it, like just a group of people, you sort of slide out. That's a way better way to send the message of, I'm mad. And then maybe the person comes and goes, hey, did I do something that offended you? Instead of this grandstanding as to, why wouldn't you want to know why you upset me?
Right.
I could not, first of all, I couldn't believe it was a dude that was doing that. And I know that may sound misogynistic.
You know what's funny, though? It's that it's often the dude who does it. I'm seeing that more and more every day. It's often guys who do this stuff. I expect that from women, and maybe that sounds misogynistic, but like I see it from guys.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I just think that when you take responsibility, it's heavier than you think it is. So, like, you know, if the offended party is blaming Tommy, then the offended party should just avoid it altogether. What do we tell kids to do? If somebody's in a bully, walk away.
Walk away.
Right? Isn't that the big
thing?
Turn
the other cheek.
Turn the other cheek. Yes, right. But nobody does that.
No.
And I don't know.
Because my brand has been offended.
Well, right. Exactly.
My social media. I had to have a conversation with a family member once about somebody talking crap about our family. But, who cares? Nobody believes them. They're a nut job. Who cares? Don't you want to defend the Barella family? I'm like, no. Not in this instance. I don't care.
Right.
No one cares.
Right.
No one cares.
Right.
This is you being manipulated by somebody else in the room.
Yeah.
To have to lash out at this person for, I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? No one cares.
It's weird because sometimes you start to see what a sad little existence we have, where we're caught up announcing to the world, I'm drawing boundaries if you made the cut, that sort of thing. And it is funny where I would say you don't need to be perfect in life. Mm-hmm. No one's expecting that.
No.
Right? But I do think that if your version of self-awareness is the posting on social media, and it always ends with you being correct, that's not self-awareness.
No.
That's just your ego.
Yes, that's all it is.
It's your ego with slightly better vocabulary that is stole from a therapeutic book.
Insecurity.
You know what I mean?
Insecurity, Billy, is always the mother of douchebaggery.
Yeah, well,
and that's what it is.
Yes. I even did that one in Spanish for you.
Yeah, I saw that. I loved it. Yeah. I told Beth, I go, I learned how to say douchebaggery in Spanish. I didn't even know it was a word in Spanish, but here it is. I played it for her. She goes, you sound pretty sexy in Spanish. Oh, do I?
That's funny.
Just, don't try to get any ideas. I got to get up in the morning.
I'm the most interesting man in the world. Yeah, that would be great. One line, real self-awareness.
I speak Latin and Swahili.
I think real self-awareness doesn't sound like I've done the work. I think real self-awareness sounds like I might be the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or I might be the problem sometimes, or that's what self-awareness is. Being self-aware of it, then do you do anything about it? That's a whole different story. But I just thought that was interesting that somebody had heard that and said, I think you can't be a therapist if you're going to have these opinions about people.
In other words, you're not the kind of therapist that I want to have because you're telling the truth.
Well, it's not that. I wouldn't have, and who knows, right?
Well, who would say that unless they were, quote, triggered?
Maybe, but I wouldn't say that to someone sitting across from me. I would say you're right. You probably should draw boundaries because it's a private conversation that I'm not ethically, I'm bound to not talk about it. Mm-hmm. There's very few times you could probably ever talk about it. So that's why I'm like, that's not the same as going on here and blasting it. Like,
right.
I think there's lots of versions of that on social media.
Oh yeah, dude. I work on LinkedIn all day.
Yeah.
And makes fun of LinkedIn all the time. Because everybody on LinkedIn, when they take a new job, not everybody, many people, I should say, when they take a new job, uses the same template. I am proud to announce today that I have left Channel 13 to start a career at KXIW in San Diego, California. Instead of just updating your resume and saying took a job, you don't have to call. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to say anything. But like people do it all the time. And like I guess he's got this axe to grind with Reid Hoffman, who started LinkedIn. They were in the PayPal mafia together. Okay. And so there's a lot of dissension among all those guys. And so, but he like rips on it constantly on LinkedIn updates because they all sound so hoity-toity.
But they're people, though.
But these are like professionals.
No, that's what I mean.
Today I have announced that I have left Salesforce to embark on a career at Oracle.
Look, the other side of it is
72 people like this. Congratulations, you'll do great at Oracle. I mean, dude, it's like robots.
Your orifice. People want control over things, and we do want to be able to announce it. Like I could see, you do something. I ran my best marathon time. I have no problem with that. I think that's great. You worked at something, by the way. You sacrificed. You worked to get there.
I hate when people make fun of half marathon winners or runners. Whoever quits doing half something. I'm like, dude, you ever tried doing a half marathon? How about a 5K?
Yeah.
That's hell.
Well, it is, but I mean, but again,
it's such a low-hanging fruit.
But even if somebody did it, like one of my sons, I ran a 5K, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
And I think that because you did work and it took work, and even if you're announcing a new job, or what if it was something like, hey, man, I'm really bummed I'm leaving this company. I loved it for so many years. They were great, but I'm happy to be moving on to blank, blank, blank.
Right.
But you're right. We don't do it that way.
No.
It's
the town crier has to get involved. And they announce it in a transatlantic accent. You can almost hear it coming off the page.
Oh, all right. We will take a moment.
I had a teacher in high school announce that he was leaving the Republican Party in 2016 for the Democrats, and actually showed the letter that he was sending in the mail, checking the box. I'm like, dude, no one can. Like, how narcissistic are you? And I like this dude.
Yeah,
And then I went back and replayed a lot of conversations over the years in my head with the guy. I'm like, oh, he is definitely a main character type.
My dad wrote a resignation letter to the Catholic Church, but I didn't know it until after he passed.
Dear Pope.
And my brother said it. So I want to find this thing. I want to read it. But he never.
It's probably perfect penmanship too.
Probably, but it was never like discussed. You know what I mean? He didn't post anywhere.
Was it a Lincoln letter to the Catholic Church, or did he actually mail the letter to the Vatican?
From what I understand, I don't think it went to the Vatican. I think it went to a local priest.
Oh, okay.
As to why we're leaving, and it had all these philosophical things about Bible based and blah blah blah. And I remember him saying it's a more Bible-based church, and I think that's
Did Jesus not say it is finished on the cross, or you had to keep adding books?
So he wrote that letter, but I don't remember any announcement. I mean, I know that I know there was ugly times in the family, but there was no announcement.
Interesting.
Ugly times for sure, because Northern and Southern Ireland.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it was look.
Isn't that funny? All these Catholics in Rochester love Rory McIlroy. He's from Northern Ireland.
I think
I will give him an exception.
Well, I think now.
I mean, I don't care.
I think now that some of those things have settled, I think that
they got bigger problems to worry about. In the UK.
I think the Irish have had a very hard time with the Brits for many years, and if you really go back in your history. You want to talk, and there's been many groups of people who have been oppressed over the years. But when England took over Ireland, the famine should have never been.
Mm-hmm.
England was demanding so many bushels of wheat, so all the food that could have saved the people, England was demanding it and making it happen, or you would lose your land. And that was the way it was. So when we hear like the potato famine, we can't say that you could have had a bad season for potatoes or bad things in the ground. It's not uncommon, but that didn't mean there wasn't other stuff. There was, but it was all a majority of it was going to England, and that's why if you get to the core, if you go back and you find some old school Irish, and there are not many left, they strongly dislike the Brits.
Oh, hate them.
Yeah.
Hate him.
Strongly dislike.
You and I had a professor in college at different times named Dr. Biskupski.
Yeah.
And he used to go, I don't know why you people love the British so much.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, the only thing they really did well was rock and roll. That's it.
Yeah, but
They
imperialism.
really are douchebags.
They were imperialist around
and by the way, England's getting worse. It's bad, dude. It's real bad.
Wait, how do you know you've never even been?
Bro, Ken Starmer. Dude, the Muslims are like taking over England. They're raping people. No one's saying a word. If you speak out against Islam.
This?
Dude, I pay attention.
To whom?
I pay attention. I read the news.
All right. What news are we reading?
We're talking Twitter, man.
Okay.
Just look it up. Elon Musk is going off about the dude.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
Now, they look the other way. All this other craziness. They're afraid. They got to take back their country, man. Thank God we left.
All right. We're going to take a moment. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. At what point did things stop shocking us? Because I have a shocking story that is not so shocking.
Oh.
We'll get to that right after this. When it comes to home improvement, you've got choices. Let's say there's a hole in the bedroom wall, and somehow nobody in the house knows how it got there. You could fix it. I mean, there's always YouTube, right? But 3 hours later, it's going to look like a patch job. Not even a good patch job. And how about that leak under the kitchen sink? Yeah, you said you'd get to it, and that was, 2.5, 3 months ago? If we're being honest, we all have that list. The one where deep down, you're not totally sure you've got the skills to pull it off. If it's my list, I'm calling Mac of all trades. Holes in the wall, handled. Leaky sinks, done. Full kitchen remodel, yeah, they got that too. And hey, warmer weather's coming. How's that deck looking? Need it extended? Rebuilt? Outdoor patio? Don't be a deckhead. Call Mac of all trades, 585-202-9218. That's 585-202-9218. And you can see all they do online at macofalltrades.net. They'll handle it, so you don't have to.
On the track.
I don't know what that is. What's supposed to be there? Just looking for something to bring us back in, Danny. Have you been on the Sabres bandwagon? I joined the bandwagon.
Did you?
Well, I mean, look, I think that bandwagon fans make it more fun.
They certainly make it more interesting.
I've
been paying attention. I'm not on the bandwagon because I'm not a hockey fan. Yeah, but I'm paying attention.
I'm paying attention. I put the games on when I'm working and stuff. It's either music or fun basketball.
But the other night when the Yankees and the Red Sox are playing at the same time as the Bruins and the Sabres, I'm watching baseball.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Who had that game?
No. ESPN had the Sabres game the other night.
No, I know that. Who had the
Yes Network?
Oh, see, I don't have Yes Network. A lot of their games are on Prime this year, your Yankees.
Oh, yeah. The Yankees have a lot of Prime games.
Yeah.
A lot of Apple games, too.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard. Everybody's complaining because it's harder and harder to find games.
It's all over the place, and it sucks. And then, so people go to, it's great for bars. Because if I want to see the game and I know a quiet neighborhood bar and they'll have it on and they have Apple TV, you can go there. But there were a bunch of old dudes who were like really pissed.
Oh, dude, yeah, they can't.
Because it sucks.
Well, so the Yankees.
It was the same thing for a fucking million years. Now you did.
Did you hear about this? Larry David. You know who Larry David is?
No, never heard of that.
Okay. He did
never heard of that.
No, I'm saying. He did a commercial for Yes Network, Michael K, that he can't find the game, that he's yelling that he can't find the game.
Yeah.
The problem is that that's on Yes. Where else would it be? No, the joke is that you can't find the game when it's not on Yes. And they missed the point of the commercial. Like he's a stodgy old man. He can't find the game. Just yell into your remote. Press the button. Get me my Yankee game on Yes. But the problem is that the Yankees
aren't always on
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes they're on Netflix. Sometimes they're on MLB TV or Roku. Sometimes they're on ESPN. And by the way, I have the baseball package. I can't get the Yankees or Mets on the baseball package. You have to have your own local cable operator to get it, or Prime. Or if you're in New York State, you can't get a Yankees or Mets game on MLB TV.
Really?
Nope. Can't do it.
Oh, did not know. Wow.
Yeah, true story.
It sucks because, I think I went. Doesn't NBC or ABC have Sunday Night Baseball?
Yes, NBC's got Sunday Night Baseball on Peacock too.
But they didn't have whatever team. I thought it was the Yankees. You couldn't see it. It was blacked out in your area or something.
Well, so
it was so frustrating.
If the Yankee game is, sometimes it is, sometimes it is. That's what's confusing about it. If the game is on Yes Network, then you can't watch it on ESPN sometimes or Peacock if it's on two networks.
Okay.
So it's a pain.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Baseball is just a pain. Football's headed there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, like Chris Mad Dog Russo was going off about the NBA and how bad you can't find any of the NBA games.
No, yeah, I haven't had trouble with the NBA games. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, I turned the camera off. I feel like the camera's maybe not. I thought it was reversing things. It's bothering me a little bit. Frustration.
Yeah.
People get frustrated. They do some things sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
This story is almost exactly 1 year old. I'd call that fairly recent history. I would say if this happened today, you wouldn't be surprised.
Go on.
From, the great state of Pennsylvania.
Ah, okay.
Here is the news story.
Now to this, a bizarre and nasty road rage incident caught on camera is also catching the eyes of police.
Hang on a second. Bizarre and nasty road rage. What do you think a bizarre and nasty road rage would entail?
Bizarre and nasty road rage.
Bizarre and nasty road rage. That's what the gentleman just said.
Could it involve like some type of bodily functions?
Well, Dan, you're on to something.
Am I? Okay.
You are on
Now
to
to this, a
something.
bizarre and nasty road rage incident caught on camera is also catching the eyes of police and social media users.
A Delaware County woman is facing multiple charges after she is seen defecating.
Oh, don't get pink eye. This is doo-doo, baby.
Was it like when she's a crack addict? Did you steal my candy bar? Did do, baby? We used to say that.
Chappelle.
No, yeah, but Tommy and I. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I know it was Chappelle. But I just thought of something because the doo-doo baby it's a whole bit where Dave Chappelle plays a crack addict who steals candy bars out of someone's car, and then he comes by begging. And they go, is that chocolate on your face? And it's all around his face. And he goes, it's doo-doo, baby. Right? So, and it was so funny. So,
Tyrone Biggums, I think his name was.
There was a guy who used to come up on the morning show he and I were on prior to you, the old show. And he had a very thin goatee. Okay. And he shaved his head. He was bald. Older gentleman, friend of the hosts, and he dyed it. He dyed the goatee. Okay. So the goatee, and we used to look at each other and go, it's doo-doo, baby. Oh, it's so funny that you said that. All right, back to the lady.
On a car hood. This was all after an apparent dispute with the driver. NBC 10's Lily Zhang was in Prospect Park as the suspect was taken into custody.
The police chief for Prospect Park says he has seen some road rage cases during his career. Somebody cuts someone off, then the drivers might get into a heated exchange.
Right. You can see where people get pissed off. But if I told you this happened today, if I said you wouldn't believe what happened out in Shiloh.
Yeah.
It's an area of town around here.
First thing I'm thinking, West Side. Yeah, I totally believe that could happen.
It tracks. It tracks.
If this happened in Pittsburgh, I'd be like, wait, what?
Well, now that would be better. That would be golden poop. Actually, the ass that it would come out of could be. No, seriously.
This is fecal matter, baby.
Yeah.
Then they typically drive away. But in this case on Tuesday, there was a little more to that, and the incident was captured on video by a bystander. That video, shared thousands of times on Instagram, shows a woman identified Thursday as Christina Salameto walking to another woman's car. The 44-year-old sits on the hood, or not showing the most graphic part of the video.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad. But you won't believe what this person did.
But by the way, this is news. Like, this made the news. Can we go back? People want Cronkite back. I want Cronkite doing this story. I want this story coming out of Cronkite's mouth.
And that's the world it was.
Including when she appeared to defecate on the car.
I know it's being joked about a lot.
Joked about a lot. Dude, you got to see this thing. It's like spray art came out of her ass.
Oh, dude.
It was like massive diarrhea. She left a fucking cloud. This lady, I mean, and you got to see her face. She's like so proud. Clearly, a woman has something going on. I don't know. It could be bipolar, maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, most of the time,
Crohn's.
There's a big difference between you cut me off in traffic and you idiot and a felony.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's a wide gap there, Dan. There's a wide gap. But the weird part is it doesn't feel surprising. I just want to hear. I haven't listened to what the cop said. They have people on the street. We don't have to play the whole thing.
All kinds of puns, innuendo, and humor.
Innuendo. Speaking of innuendo, have you seen her endo?
Online about this, but the bottom line is we are treating it seriously. No, it can't happen in this community. No town wants this to happen in their town.
Prospect Park.
When I moved to West Henrietta, I'm like, I do not want there to be road rage with people dropping a number 2 on somebody's car.
Police Chief David Madonna says it happened by 4th and Madison. Like most people in this neighborhood, police say they too found out about the incident through social media.
So do they get to arrest you? I guess, right? It's evidence.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we use cameras and stuff. Okay.
Your Honor, Exhibit A, Mary Palmer's Facebook post from Monday, April 21st.
Oh, shit!
73 likes, 154 comments from
2 shares.
Goes real at first. We thought it was fake news.
It was hilarious in the same sense. Like, to be able to poop on a car like that was impressive, but it was just...
He had me at it was hilarious in the same sense. Like he's using words to describe a sensation. And then he goes one step further, which is hysterical.
Disgusting at the same sense.
Crazy. She had to go.
Christina, do you have a comment? Salameto was brought to the Prospect Park Police Department Thursday in handcuffs, offering no remarks. She faces a number of charges, including indecent exposure and depositing waste on a highway.
The recognition of town gets her.
What's your mother in for? Depositing waste on a highway. This is phenomenal. Like, okay, could we get in trouble? I have pulled over to the side of the road and taken a piss. I may have run out of the car and dumped in the woods. I know when I lived in Pittsford and I was running, I think we were working together.
Okay.
And I talked about how I ran up Powder Mills Park is a park by us, and I used to love to run down by the duck pond, and they had a couple of hills and things. But I had to go. I hit the bottom, like just before the fish hatchery, not the fish hatchery, and I go, oh my god, my stomach was. So I ran off up onto this trail, and I went up to the top, and they have like that Powder Mills sign on this side of like a rock, right? It's like a small mountain. Right. So I went up there and I hung my ass over the other side so no one could see me, and I dumped there. Could I get in trouble? Could I get ticketed for dumping toxic? The bear shits in the woods.
Yeah.
The bear shits in the woods.
That's generally accepted, Billy.
I understand.
Human waste, however.
It might be a bear. I might have as much fur in my shit as that.
Yeah, you got Greg Connors or Steve Serkey representing you in court. Your Honor. Exhibit B for bear. This is bear fecal matter. The prosecution is trying to tell us that it's Mr. Moran. Did they conduct a DNA test? It looks a lot like this brown bear we found in Powder Mills Park last year. I'm dropping the charges.
The whole story, this whole story, bizarre, but no longer really shocking.
No.
And by the way, a woman that doesn't look like she's deranged in any way other than the weird smile she gives, but she's well-dressed. She looks like she's highly alert and aware of what she's doing. She really does. I mean, I want to know what she ate to do that. I don't know if maybe she had to get home and really go to the bathroom. I mean, you got to see it. I'm going to find it for you. No, I'm going to find it for you to look at. But look it up in your phone. I don't want that in my search history.
I don't either. Then all of a sudden you get pictures of doo-doo.
Well, right. You're right. But the thing that's strange is I feel like from frustration to behavior, that gap has shortened. Like we're immediate reaction. We're immediate behavior with stuff. We've lost the friction that would be in there to slow us down. It feels that way with some people.
Oh yeah.
Right? Everything is it's immediate validation. I just shit on the hood of your car. It's immediate escalation. There is no soft spot. I just
literally.
Well, but nobody
soft serve.
Nobody sits with anything anymore.
No.
Like that.
We got to get it out now.
Right.
I got to be heard now.
It's so strange.
It's on demand anger.
Well, because look, we just did a whole thing where we're talking about I'm healing, I'm working on myself, I'm setting boundaries.
I'm living my truth.
Okay, cool. But somehow,
as a human toilet,
we're also one bad merge away.
Right.
From completely losing our bowels and our minds.
I got to go. I might as well go on this car.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In public. And I just can't. I can't. I mean, you've been mad in traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't gone number 2 on anyone.
No, I got so pissed off once, which was really dumb, that I...
Once?
Okay, well, that's a fair point.
We all get angry.
I think somebody did something, and I had the kids in the car, and I was mad that they did it, so I decided to chase them with the kids in the car.
Yeah, in the minivan.
Makes no sense whatsoever. Like absolutely deranged, stupid. I don't know. And look, I think everybody's thought of following somebody for a second. I didn't realize I almost drove a guy on an expressway, and I hear these next to me. I hear like the rumble strips, and I look and I go, oh my God. And I had a guy pushed over. I don't know how. I you know what I mean? I couldn't imagine how this happened. So I slow down and go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I'm rolling down, I'm so sorry. The guy's screaming at me, if I ever see you, I'm going to kill you. And he spits out the window and all this shit. And I'm like, okay. It's like, all right. I didn't do it on purpose, but I get it. You'd be scared out of your mind because the road's going to turn, and if you don't go with it, you're into the you're right there on the barrier. You're riding the rumble strip.
Right. You gotta get into traffic.
So I did feel bad about that, but I don't know.
We've all been the person that we are chasing in the car. We have all made the mistakes in the car that we get angry with other people. That we think only other people do.
But there's a difference between thinking something insane and
doing the actual act.
Yeah. Like you're the headline of the 6 o'clock news.
Right.
Hey, Mom, you're on the news again. He's like, you know what I mean? And I got to think if this TV station in Philly is any kind of TV station even around here, if this happened around here, they're showing up in court.
Oh, yeah.
And the person's going to have a nickname.
We'd have several nicknames.
Yeah. I don't know. But wouldn't you want to remain anonymous in some way? I don't know.
You'd think.
Well, when you're anonymous, there's no consequences. When you shit on somebody's car.
Suddenly.
Over this kind of thing, It's really unwelcome. We don't want this.
Chief Madonna says with any road rage incident, there's always a level of frustration, but never a need for it to escalate.
There's anger.
Or defecate.
People are in a hurry to get everywhere. Things are certainly tumultuous in our country, to say the least.
No kidding.
There's a lot of anger out there, and sometimes this is how it presents itself.
With the suspect family.
Wait, sometimes this is over. When does it ever present itself with someone defecating on their car? And by
Josh
the way,
Allen just threw an interception. I got to go to the bathroom.
I mean, this is a blowout, dude. This lady has a freaking blowout.
Caught yourself. Good.
I did. I'm trying.
Well, good.
I will address a text I got.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This person is a podcast consumer.
Oh.
And they refer to themselves as my biggest fan and biggest critic.
Okay.
So, and they listed some other podcasts that they listen to.
Oh.
And I will address
doing
it.
an apples to animals comparison.
Kinda in that, yeah, kinda.
Okay.
Not bad.
I am a podcast consumer. I do a podcast about podcasts. And here's how I rate the podcast that I podcast about.
You're at a traffic light.
Yep.
You and Beth.
Yeah.
You're sitting there. You guys have a favorite song?
Yeah, we're sitting there listening to Rev on the Red Line by
Rev
Foreigner.
Okay, I don't think Beth. Is that
No.
I like. Are you guys yacht rock fans?
No.
Jackson Brown, little Jackson Brown.
Beth likes the 90s alternative.
Okay, 90s alternative. You got a 90s alternative on.
You listen to Lithium on Sirius XM.
Say, here comes Enya.
Here comes Hunger Strike. Oh,
Hunger Strike.
She's like, I want to sing this. I want to sing the Chris Cornell parts. Okay, boo, go ahead.
And so you're at a traffic light.
It helps if you know the words.
And somebody gets out, and it's just at the part of the song.
I'm going hungry. Going hungry.
She blows her ass out on you. Are you staying calm? Are you Dan Barillo staying calm?
Well, if they're doing that, no. I'm kind of confused, because that doesn't seem like something somebody would do.
Okay,
until today.
Are you calling the? Well,
am I calling the police? I don't know, because it depends on where I have to get and why.
Okay,
I can't just if I'm on my way to dinner and I'm hungry, I'll deal with the doo-doo later.
If you had a truck and she couldn't get to the hood, and she shits in the grill, and then the air comes off the engine, right through your vents. That's bad.
We're going to the car wash.
You got to sell it.
Yeah.
It's like,
where's the Delta Sonic?
You can't get that smell out.
I think Lou Graham wrote about that in Rev on the Line on Lake Avenue. Stop at the Delta Sonic. It's easy to do. Wash away the.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be calling the police either. I'm not sure. I think I'd be laughing so hard, going, "This is unbelievable," and thinking of trying to get my phone to call 5 people immediately. Like, I may do a group call and go, "You won't fucking believe it. You're not going to believe it."
I think my wife would grab her phone and get the license plate number and all the information. I think I would just be in shock.
Yeah.
I
would be laughing.
I wouldn't know what to do.
I would be laughing so hard. I'd be like, "Oh my God, I have been waiting for something like this to happen for so long. I feel so lucky." You know what, Dan? I really feel blessed.
You know what you do?
I feel
you know what you should do?
blessed.
If someone goes and craps on your car, you need to drive to the local convenience store and play the lottery.
All right. But here's the thing. Because
what are the odds?
No, but if they got it, if they did it where I can see it, I'm in the car, and they come and do that, that is, for a guy like me, that's a story that, I got a story, right? Forever and ever. I don't know. I think I would drive away. I think I'd be laughing so hard, and then I might get mad. Then I might get mad about that. I don't know. I just think, because I think that we don't have more anger than past generations. Maybe we do. Or more things maybe that make us angry. I was going to say I
don't think we do, because our parents used to come home angry.
Yeah,
and we never hear about it. They were just angry, and it was never us.
No,
it was something.
I heard about stuff.
Okay, well, they were with my father. He never talked about what bothered him. My father never talked about the things that bothered him at work, but he would come home something happened at work today. I didn't know it at the time, but looking back, he didn't vocalize it.
Yeah,
like the boomers and the greatest generation. They just came home and in some cases had a drink.
Yeah, don't make me thirsty.
No, okay. You're making me want to go to the
I just feel like we have less breaks today. In other words, like literal brakes on your car. I think we have less brakes to control our anger. I think that we just kind of, we go. You know, we have less of a ability to pause a second.
We're less polite.
Sure. I think there's less patience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's more anger, but I think there's less patience. I don't think there's more anger, but I think there's less ability to kind of sit.
The more
in the
technology, the more our lives have become easier, the more we've been conditioned to our lives being easier and smoother. And when we have the slightest inconvenience, we react that much more angrily.
I guess, but like all these gurus are sitting on TikTok telling you how to, breathe and box breathe and do it.
Oh, yeah, but they're not doing it necessarily. Remember that guy, Chris Hansen?
Yeah.
He used to catch all those predators, right? Then he got...
No, he did not.
No, time out. He didn't get in trouble for that. He got in trouble for something else.
Taxes.
Yeah, but the point is that, like...
It was taxes.
It was taxes. Yeah. But the point is that, like, people, even though he was exposing something completely different, at the end of the day, if you're going to go out... The idea was, and I didn't subscribe to this, the idea was if you're going to go out and catch people, then you make sure your house is clean.
And you know what? I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd have to look into it again. I thought it was because he still owns it. My favorite are To Catch a Predator homemade style.
Oh yeah, where you go and beat the crap out of somebody.
No, but it's like
they catch it. Yeah.
No, it's like this neighborhood watch program, and they lure a guy to meet them in aisle 4B of Target or Walmart.
And they confront him on camera.
And then they confront him on camera, and they might, one of them will like punch him or something, and then they go, dude, you're facing an assault charge.
Oh, yeah.
Because as of right now, this guy didn't do anything. And that's, I mean, I get your anger. I get your thing, but I also go, who has the time? We're going to get this fucker. Watch this. Who has the time? You're protecting your child from this person. Are you, though?
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe there's how many versions of that guy out there?
Right.
Okay? If there's that many versions of that guy, then maybe we need to focus on the kid to give them the awareness to not engage and try to show them some of the things that are a little less savory online, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to stay away from these people. I don't know. But, I mean, I can't say that I wasn't sucked into watching it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm not saying that. I'm not that innocent. I did watch. But as I watched it, I kept going, not so sure that I can endorse this idea.
Yes,
I'm
it's
not
called
saying
vigilante
right.
justice.
I don't have look. Please don't think this guy should be walking around. Why are you fucking? No, I get it. I understand, but
Mm-hmm. But you're talking about gurus, right? Like, so remember Miss Cleo?
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Cleo used to give everybody their tarot readings, their future, and then she gets busted for income tax evasion.
Dude.
Okay, she didn't even say it coming. That was the big joke.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, so like you got to take all these.
Call me
these
now. She wasn't
influencers.
even Jamaican. I don't think.
No, she wasn't. I think she was from Queens. But the point is, like, you got
Jamaica Queens. Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, really.
right. But the point is that if you're gonna give advice, you better be living it, because as soon as here's an example. Mike Vrabel's telling Trayvon Henderson not to use Bible verses to speak out against homosexuality. Then he gets caught having an affair, denies the whole thing, then throws the lady Diana Rossini under a bus after she goes and blames the media for everything blowing up, when the reality was they were having the affair. And you can't preach accountability now, because you couldn't be accountable. That's why I take all that guru stuff with a grain of salt.
It's a guy. I get it. So says the man who has nobody. Hey, Mr. Nobody. I don't know. That's a weird situation.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think the problem becomes how do you stay unbiased in your reporting?
Right.
Right. You don't do favors or something.
With him, it was a moral situation.
Yeah.
With her, it was moral and ethical.
Yeah. So I can understand that. To me would be the bigger thing, like with her, because I'm like, well, why is the Athletic suspending her? And then I go, well, okay. Yeah,
because there were other people, the New York Times,
yeah,
and the Athletic were like, you got to look into this, because we're getting scooped.
Right. So, yes.
This is an ethical situation.
It's just an ethical situation.
Not to mention, it's also impacting commerce when you're talking about how, like, certain players, like Max Crosby, I didn't say this. I didn't talk to Diana Rossini. And the idea was he was pumping her to get her to post certain stories that weren't necessarily true to influence certain outcomes. One possibly being A.J. Brown, eventually after June 1st being traded from the Eagles to the Patriots.
So this is Vrabel was doing that?
Yeah.
Smart motherfucker. Yeah, man. Getting the pussy and using it. Wow.
Because people were like, wow, she's really nailing this, no pun intended.
Yes, she was.
Patriot stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't think that. Yeah. No, I always think if you're a married man, especially if you're married, well, let me rephrase that. If you're a married person and you have children, you have to pause at some point and think, I think a couple things, and maybe this shouldn't be the first thing, but it may be the thing that would prevent it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, would I want my kids to find out? Would I want my kids to find out? And I only say that because I think that you may want to say, well, what if the roles reversed and I was cheated on and all this? And you may feel like you just have some connection with this person, and maybe you do. Then get out of your situation in a reasonable manner.
Yeah.
And then pursue that if that's what that person wants to. But if not, you're kind of, and there's a part of the affair for people that is exciting. And you know what I mean? There's a chase. There's a ooh, and it's secretive.
Somebody else likes me?
Well, it's secretive.
Yeah.
And it's
well, they're sneaking around. I mean, they were at a resort that they didn't think anybody would see in the mountains of Arizona.
Yeah, they're dancing on the roof of the thing.
Yeah.
I saw it.
In a bungalow.
I saw it, and I guess my bigger thing was like, I always wonder why, like, we live in a world where it's a real gotcha society with stuff. If this weren't an ethical issue and it was strictly morals, that's their morals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to drag somebody through the mud. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. It means they made a bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I really do think that. And I would even say for her, she compromised her own integrity.
Yes.
As a job. And she's pretty damn good, I thought.
Yeah, she is. She was like considered the top really insider.
Yeah. So I think hopefully she'll bounce back. I just can't imagine.
Well, a lot of people saying she could never go back and be an NFL reporter. She could be a podcaster. She could be a sideline reporter. She could be an analyst, but she can't and I disagree because if you know who Craig Carton is? Craig Carton's a convicted felon who was running Ponzi schemes. Yeah, and this guy's had more job offers since he got out of prison than any of us.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's really good, but he's really entertaining, and he's really. I think he's full of crap half the time. They love him in New York.
Yeah. And
so I think she'll get a job.
She should, but it would be, do we just hold women to a higher standard than we do men? And by the way, the only difference there is he did something in a completely different field than this. She was in her own field, potentially compromising her ability to report fairly.
Right.
So, and maybe she didn't. Maybe she can say I did. I don't freaking know. But the optics don't look good, as they say. The optics.
No, and it kept escalating. People wrote to me, "Hey, how come you haven't covered this at the Times?" I said because the story keeps changing every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like this is the biggest sports story of the year. Well, it's gone on for 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
And like it went on during the time where like there's really nothing else to talk about until the draft.
So there you go.
Right?
Yeah. It's interesting because you'll ever see like some celebrity die that you vaguely remember, maybe you don't remember,
and all of a sudden it hits home.
No, but it's getting a ton of coverage.
Yeah,
and then you realize, oh yeah, it's just really slow news time.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Because I think like Farrah Fawcett died, and then Michael Jackson died right after, and we never heard about Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, we forgot about it. They died, I think, in the same day or back-to-back days. Yeah,
back-to-back days. I'm pretty sure. Back to the lady that's the pooper. Here's the real question for all this. And it's not what's wrong with her, the pooper. It's not even what's wrong with Vrabel and Rossini. I really think the question is, how far are we from those situations really ourselves? It's a bit of a mirror. I mean, especially the Rossini. The Rossini one could definitely be a mirror for people. I think there's a lot of people that You have jobs that are more intimate. And I don't mean that in a sexual sense. I mean in a getting to know you. You're spending a lot of time with these people. You wind up making a joke. You find out about their family. You find out their likes, their dislikes. Over time, you build a connection, like a real connection. And I think that can happen with people, especially in those gigs. Because maybe you travel with the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, how's things going? You look a little tired. Yeah, I haven't seen my husband and kids in a while. Yeah, I know what you mean. Things are hard at home, huh? Like you spend a lot of time in the office. Yeah, me too.
Speaking of hard.
Yeah, and then you start talking a little bit.
Well, you
get
know
a
what
little
I mean?
closer, and you start over a couple of cocktails.
Yes.
Like remember that Geico commercial where the woman, like they're at some type of conference, and this woman goes, "It's too late, Stanley." Goes, "Stanley? I'm not Stanley." But it's like but it's one of those things where like they actually this is like 15 years ago where this commercial came out. They just basically generalized that this is so common that people who travel for work and travel for business are constantly having affairs that they can just make a commercial about it.
Well, a commercial, and wasn't that Clooney's movie?
Yeah, Up in the Air.
Up in the Air.
Yeah.
It was kind of the same thing. And then he shows up at the woman's house, and she had actually gone to a wedding with him, like kind of indicating that she was more available than she really was.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's shitty. That's shitty. I just say with all these things, even the shitty lady, the shitting lady.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody thinks they would never do something like that.
But you never know. Like,
until they do.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Look at O.J. Simpson. No.
Yeah. All right.
To this day, people don't believe he did it.
Yeah.
Not the O.J. I know.
No.
How well do you know somebody?
Right.
How well do you know yourself?
Until the moment hits,
Mm-hmm.
and suddenly you're not the person you thought you were.
Or where will you be when your laxative starts working?
Well,
where will you be?
It could be on the hood of a car. All right. For Dan Barillo, I'm Bill Moran. Go Yankees.
Go Yanks. Go Bills. Draft time.
Yeah.
Go Sabres.
My son went to a Mets game the other day. Yeah.
They haven't won since Mr. and Mrs. Met hugged the mayor of New York.
Well, that's telling you something. We'll see you next time.
What to do? I turned the TV on and wrote a letter to you. The news was talking about a dragnet up on the interstate. Seems they were looking for